there is a promise made when you become sexually intimate with someone, like I am yours and you are mine. And when you step outside the boundaries of that promise, you have betrayed the other person in the most hurtful way. So in that moment of connection, there is a heightened sense of oneness, a fusion of beings. And when one of the two people involved steps out to share that experience with someone else, there appears to be a breaking of the bond.
Betrayal.
And breaking of the promise made as well. And this is why it hurts, because this is something I do not do with everyone.
Yeah.
I've done that with you. And how do you cherish that? You toss it on the dust and you went outside and you had that same exact experience with someone else.
And this is something we have committed to reserving, to just for each other.
For the two of us.
Welcome to Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
It's the Besty and Smoke podcast again. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing quite well, because we're doing okay. Yeah, life is really good. Hopefully it's doing the same thing, feels the same thing, the same way for you. And today we're right back in your face, and we're still talking the mini-series Wounded Relationships. Remember, that's what we did the last time we started this mini-series called Wounded Relationships, where we talk about trauma in relationships, experiences that have the capacity to break a relationship, and how couples within that space can actually come back, either recover or find other solutions. And these solutions are essentially what we intend to take a look at, and also give you pointers as to where things are headed when you begin to see signs that things might not be so rosy, so good in your relationship, in your marriage. Last time it was really crazy. But before I get to all of the craziness that went down, I would like to introduce to you my co-host before she says I forgot all about her.
No, you did not forget me. I'm sorry, but you had to remember me when you said crazy. You see how unfair that is? You were talking, and then you remembered last time and how it was crazy. That's when you remembered you got someone here.
There's no winning in this.
No. This is not about winning with this. This is about what it is. Crazy reminds him of me. So I'm the crazy one.
You sound like that's actually a compliment, because you like it.
No. I don't want to be called crazy. Well, if crazy, means what I give to you, well, I'll take it, because I'm giving, you a good time. Welcome to the Besty and Smoke podcast. Of course, if you did not check out our last episode, you have to, because we are definitely going to continue where we left off.
It was insane. I do not want to have that experience.
It was insane. It wasn't
again.
planned. It wasn't expected. Okay. We set out to do something, and, the talks and everything just got in the way, but it was quite entertaining and, very, very insightful. So you might as well check it out if you are yet to. So we will be taking it to the other aspect of cheating on this episode. As you know, this episode we are dealing with, can a marriage survive after cheating?
That's right.
Now,
we're talking about infidelity. And the question is, can a marriage survive cheating? And last time we talked about, we were supposed to talk about kinds of cheating.
Yeah, kinds of infidelity. And we just got stuck on emotional infidelity.
Yeah.
We listed 4.
Yeah.
You have emotional, you have physical, you have financial, and you have digital infidelity. But I guess the emotional took a toll on our emotions, and we were just
emotionally damaged.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
And I'm still trying to recover from it. But hey,
I promised myself to behave myself on this episode and to stick to what we have planned. Okay, so whatever you throwing at me, even if I have something that I would like to, say that you are not listening to, I will just let peace reign so we stay on track. So staying on track, we are. Let's get into it.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
So wounded relationships, infidelity. Can a marriage recover? from that. We're going to start with other types of infidelity and cheating beyond emotional cheating.
Yes, and those happen to be physical infidelity, financial infidelity, and digital infidelity. Now, for the sake of, keeping it fresh, we're going to quickly recap. Last time we spoke about emotional infidelity, and that's when you get involved with someone other than your spouse
and you form an emotional bond outside your marriage.
That's
and you guys are all mushy and crazy together. Yeah. Are you thinking about them? Are you having besties?
You just couldn't let me have it. Okay, so yes, he just did the full recap. Now let's get into physical infidelity.
Besty and Smoke podcast.
Well, that is when you get sexually involved with someone other than your partner or your husband or your wife, whichever. So kissing also is
physical, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Touching is as well.
Sexually touching someone else, even though you don't get all, when you get into a lot of some type of hanky-panky with someone else who is not your wife or husband. And that's when you actually get sexual, right? You guys get
intimate.
Yeah. You sleep together. That's essentially what people talk about. What people mean
when they talk about physical infidelity.
That's what they mean when they talk about cheating.
Not really the other aspect of it.
Not quite touching on other aspects, but emotional infidelity is also the type that people think about.
Don't go there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to, when people conceptualize.
That's actually where it
cheating
starts. When people start feeling like you have chemistry
you've been doing something on the side.
Something behind their back. That's where it starts. And also that's an issue because when someone calls you out on that, you shouldn't gaslight them. You should know for sure that's also infidelity. So yes.
Physical infidelity, when you and someone else who is not your spouse get physically intimate, you guys have sex, and that can be very breaking for people in a relationship, for a marriage. I think that's one of the biggest aspects of infidelity that bring marriages down.
That's
and even certain religious beliefs, the Bible actually grants you liberty to leave your marriage, to divorce your spouse on the basis of infidelity. That's for Christians. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It should be a big deal because once you're committed to someone, marriage or courtship or however, okay, but you guys have had that conversation even before marriage, because marriage is where it's a commitment right now that you are, devoted to this person. Intimacy is involved. I mean, you getting involved with somebody else, you should know that that's a big no-no. You should know that you are definitely crossing a line that you shouldn't cross with somebody else other than the person you are involved with. Unless you are in an open marriage, which is
I don't think anybody
is something that I sometimes don't understand why people get married to make the marriage open. Is it because you want to eat your cake and have it? What is the
I think I know why. Because humans are intrinsically polygamous in nature. We're just trying to use rules to cage our nature. All right, and sometimes even rules and regulations and promises
still don't help.
Can't really hold your nature down or keep people to do certain things.
Okay.
And because that creates some sort of conflict, sometimes people say, you know what, let's have a different kind of arrangement from what society has prescribed, and society looks at that as weird. But it's not weird for them at all.
Works for us.
They just want to explore their truest nature.
Oh, okay.
By being in an open relationship. And when you talk about open relationships, whether it's in a marriage or in some other kind of relationship, right? They're talking being not exclusive. They can introduce other people to
the marriage,
sexually participate
into the union
in the union as well.
You said something that human beings are polygamous in nature. This should be something we should discuss some other time. I really would like to, have a feel or an understanding of how you feel about it, because I do like to think around what you
Are you trying
think
to
about
set me
stuff.
up?
No, I'm not setting you up, absolutely not. But you are a deep thinker, and one thing with a deep thinker is whenever you discuss stuff with them,
I feel like
you either learn and maybe the learning might please you or displease you, but trust me, you are always up for something juicy with your thoughts.
you know something.
Why is it that you don't take my compliment? You always like it when I'm like, with you. I just gave you a free-handed compliment, and there you are.
I feel like you are giving me an open door to walk into a danger zone. I mean, like, I've seen couples where, man, dude, women have this ability to make you feel safe into discussing stuff, and then they turn the table around and they sucker punch you in the face with it.
Why are you not
I have to be very, very careful.
Why are you not taking my sincerity?
About expressing, women are very...
Women.
Yeah. Women are rather capricious in nature. And I'm saying this, okay, with the utmost respect to your gender. I don't want you to feel like this is my description of you personally. Okay. So women are like that, and you have to be very careful, cautious even about how you express yourself, because you don't really know what may displease. Something you say that might trigger. It's like you can't win in a conversation. You feel like it's safe to say one thing, but it's rather not safe. I remember watching, you know what?
Don't go there. Let's just say let that keep you on your toes.
No, it's not. It's actually toxic in the sense, because you're walking around pussycatting, pussytoeing, pussyfooting around.
Walking on eggshells.
You're walking on eggshells, and that's not good for anyone.
Well,
but I think men have come to master the craft of speaking to women.
Okay, I am so trying to be on the surface on anything other than what we are discussing, because I don't want to get invested, and then what happened in the previous episode will happen. So literally everything you're saying, is going this, and I'm trying to just let it just fly by me. So that's why I'm not giving any response to it. But do I have a response? Do I have a response?
Yeah, just have a quick.
No, I can't do quick.
Just make a quick response so we can move on quickly. I don't want it to seem like I'm caging you.
Oh, you are caging me.
I don't let you
Please
express
help.
yourself.
Save me. I'm blinking I just blinked 3 times.
Okay, so we're still talking physical infidelity, where people in a relationship, in a marriage, spouses actually step outside the marriage to have a sexually intimate moment with someone else, and this can be the highest form of betrayal for some people, especially women, because I'm going back to society again. It's like when they say that men, I remember one time we said men held a meeting to oppress women. Now, when it comes to monogamy, women held a meeting to put men in chains.
Right? Wow.
Yeah.
Why must this be a gender issue?
It is, but because it's never in the nature.
I think this is what happened. I think men are positioned from the start of time or whenever that it's okay to have more than one partner. That's more than one woman. But women have been positioned to always stick to one man. And they have been so accommodating with having other women share or sharing the same man with other women. Now, fast forward it to now, where it's no longer the case.
I didn't get that.
Okay,
women have been
accommodating.
Okay, but in their primary nature, they want one man.
Not they want one man. Okay, a woman can be easily, I think, satisfied with one man, okay? But at the same time, it's not that a woman doesn't feel hurt.
Okay,
when she is not the only woman.
Yeah.
Or when she shares, like she has made peace with it. It's like what you've made peace with because your mother or the generation before you made peace with it. It's now a tradition. It's a culture. But now it's now the society has made it in a way that it's now one man to one woman. It's no longer where the society was okay with so many women for one man. So now women can easily get angry, make it obvious that I am pissed off and I am walking away. Because
it's okay.
Even at that,
you know what's
and even
funny?
at that,
You know what's funny
sorry,
about
and
this?
even at that,
Yeah.
okay, it's still something not all women can walk away from. Some feel okay with it. Some like, okay, you know, men cheat.
Nah,
It's men cheat. It's in men's nature to cheat.
Women who feel okay are the ones who do not have any choice. Okay, they're the ones who feel like they can't walk away from this because they have some benefits coming to them from the union, and they can't afford to not have those benefits going on. But naturally, in this day and age, every woman wants a man that she can have to herself. And you don't see men shouting about coming up with some concept of deprivation. Like you would have a huge conversation about this if it was something that benefits men alone, and society is imposing that against the nature of the human being. You would hear about toxicity. You would hear about masculine dominance and all kinds of things. But you're not hearing about any of that. It was on the last
episode that I told you that something is a culture doesn't mean it's right. It's the case, is the same case in this
with
situation.
Polygamy.
Yes.
So are you saying that polygamy is not right? Are you saying that monogamy is not right?
What did I just say? You say that men are not making a force on how they are caged or how they are,
they don't make a force.
Yeah, they don't make a force about it. They are accepting the whole. How many? If there are like 100 men, there are about 70 who are
actually faithful.
No. Who are 70 who are doing stuff on the down low?
Yeah.
While 20 they are doing it in the open. 10 are actually the faithful ones.
Now, when you look at that statistics right there, okay, it says all that needs to be said about that the whole situation because it's only 10%. Only 10% that has accepted the oppression.
Where I come from, they say ihojo waro or war or menana. When evil overstays.
What is evil about?
No, it's not.
Expressing your nature.
This is an idiom. When evil overstays, it's a proverb. When evil overstays, it becomes the tradition. This is a tradition. This is a culture. It's like when you raise a boy child we're doing this again. We are going. I said, I'm not going to do this. But let me just finish this one, please. Let me just this one. When you raise a boy child to, with certain standards, and that's all they know. And when they grow, it's very difficult for them to let go.
All this justification, you're pushing for. No.
Let's not deal with this. What? Let's take it to the next aspect of infidelity, which is financial.
After this.
No, financial infidelity.
Let me make this. Let me make this.
Oh.
Now, all the justifications that you have pushed forward, all right, to back up this idea, this practice, okay, I don't have a problem with it. Now, my issue is that, right, if this was to be men trying to justify something, it was actually. Let me refresh your memory.
Funny thing.
Let me refresh your memory.
Okay,
right?
Refresh my memory.
The reason why we had to go off the mark last time was because I said.
And you are saying it again. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're about to point out. Okay.
Because I said that men are not emotional.
You're trying to set
that they don't get into emotional infidelity. The men cheat because they want to cheat.
You're trying to set me up.
Right?
You're trying to set me up. I know what you're trying to do. I'm telling you, I know what you're doing is to tell me why the last fight started. So when you say this one, I cannot say anything back.
And that blew up the whole thing because you wanted to let me know that men are also emotional beings and there is no difference between a man and a woman, emotionally speaking. right? But me, I'm going to just skittle away from this argument right now.
You just dropped a bomb and you're saying women are oppressing men.
Right? Yeah, because we are long-suffering beings. We don't complain.
Oh yeah.
Right? And we don't make a fuss.
Okay.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
So that's physical infidelity when a man or a woman who is married
They don't complain. They don't
goes
fuss.
outside to have a sexual encounter, right, with someone else who is not their spouse.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest form of betrayal. Whether it's a man at the receiving end or the woman. That's whether it's the husband or the wife. As a matter of fact, men feel the most betrayed
when
their
happens.
Wives are engaged in physical infidelity. Yeah.
Why is physical infidelity the most heartbreaking, okay, and the most hurtful aspect of infidelity? Is it the act of engaging with someone else? I'm trying.
Is it for men or women or for both?
Both, because it's understood as.
I think
Why?
sexual intimacy.
Is it because it's physical?
Sexual intimacy has a high sense of connection. It has this astronomical. It brings a man and a woman close in
Sharing
a sense.
your being with someone else.
And for some people, the depth of this connection can go beyond spiritual. All right. So some people believe that there is a spiritual kind of connection between two people who
When they are sexually intimate.
even though some other people are flippant about it. You know, those who do body count like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's just sex.
Yeah. But I think there is a promise made when you become sexually intimate with someone, like I am yours and you are mine. And when you step outside the boundaries of that promise or unspoken promise made, you have betrayed the other person in the most hurtful way. And also there is a gifting of yourself to someone when you open yourself up in that way to become sexually intimate with them, right? This is not something you do with everyone. So in that moment of connection, there is a heightened sense of oneness, a fusion of beings. And when that or one of the two people involved in this union steps out to share that experience with someone else, there appears to be a breaking of the bond.
Betrayal.
A breaking of the bond and a sense of splintering and breaking of the promise made as well. And this is why it hurts, because this is something I do not do with everyone.
Yeah.
I have to be very selective about who I open myself up to. And I've done that with you. And how do you respect that? How do you cherish that? How do you handle that? You toss it on the dust and you went outside and you had that same exact experience with someone else.
And this is something we have committed to reserving, to just for each other.
For the two of us.
Two of us. And that really, see, that's why I like to, to just pick your brain here and there, because you're a deep thinker.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
What leads to physical infidelity? Why do people do it?
There are many reasons why someone could be
sexually intimate with someone else.
Either you are not satisfied.
Actually.
Yes, either you're not satisfied with your partner, and that could be one of, if not the highest, okay, or you're looking for something new, or maybe it's just you. Yeah, maybe it's just you, that you are someone who you're up for the excitement it gives to lay with someone else, or you find yourself.
You want to get your own back.
No, not get your, that could also be it. But another one is you have created a foundation, or you've created this emotional connection with someone else other than your spouse, that this emotional connection has built to a place where it becomes even natural for you to give into physical infidelity with that person without even seeing it as cheating, because you
It's
have
a natural-
bonded so much that the lines are blurry, where your partner is now the one who doesn't
Who's on the
understand,
outside.
and doesn't get you, where they should be inside with you, but now they are outside with you.
Who was it? Who was it?
Don't do this. You want to bring back to the last episode.
I wanted to say that there's a song by Whitney Houston. It's not right, but it's okay.
It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Close the door behind
You see how I'm making you feel great, but you didn't want me to bring that idea.
I did not feel good about that.
So to connect to what you were saying, right? When you've created this bond with someone else other than your spouse, you guys, he understands me or she understands me, blah, 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 blah. And the ultimate destination is for you to have physical intimacy.
It's not even something that they intentionally, it's not unavoidable.
It's a natural process that's why I said that it's an inevitable destination.
Yeah.
Okay? Go step by step, one thing following the other, and you just have to.
Before you know, I've heard of people or spouses.
And you tell yourself that it's not right, but it's okay.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
So that's it. Many things can bring that about. And if you're on that course, you have to re-evaluate your choices.
Don't think it's not harmful. It's not going to cause anything. It will amount to something problematic.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
Financial infidelity.
Oh, boom. There you go. Financial infidelity. When you keep monetary things, financial things.
A secret
From
your partner.
Spouse. Here in Nigeria, women do that a lot. I don't think it's a big practice in the West.
Big deal. I know. Don't speak for them.
It's not something. Yeah, of course there are people who do that in the West, but it's not a common practice in the West. But it's a common practice here because women feel like a man has to take care of them. Everything about the financial responsibility
as the man's
within a
duty?
family is a man's duty. So a woman doesn't have to do anything. So you see a situation where a woman lies to her husband about how much she earns. There was this story one time I read an article about a Ghanaian woman who was earning higher than her husband.
Oh, yes. That issue.
And she also, I think she was the landlord
where they're living.
Where they were living,
and the
and
husband had to pay rent.
Yeah. And she was also building a house
for the father and brother, and helped the brother out with a car.
Stuff. Yeah, a car for
his Uber
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the husband said to say he didn't know that the wife was wealthy.
Yeah.
And he has been going through a lot to support the family, while the woman who he was married to took rent for the house that they were living, which was owned by her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So
and the family, the woman's family were in the know. The father was actually...
They were all aware.
The father was actually the one handling the contract of the building construction. And I can just imagine how broken that dude was when he realized that everybody had been playing for the fool.
I think he must have felt betrayed and casted out.
That's the biggest... Not the biggest, but one of the biggest betrayals that can happen to anyone when you live as an outsider in a place where you should be a prominent primary participant in a situation, and secrets are shared and you are cast off.
You're not part of
You're not a part of it.
Still talking about financial infidelity. Does it count as infidelity when you, maybe a man or a woman in a marriage, help someone out without letting your spouse know?
Let's paint a picture, right? We need 1 million naira for something.
Okay.
I have like 600,000.
Okay.
And you have 400,000.
Okay.
So if we pool our resources together, we will solve the problem. But you take your 400,000 and you gift it to someone. Okay. And you did not tell me. So I'm struggling to complete the money.
And I gave you the impression that I did not have it.
Yeah, and you are quiet about the money you've spent. So I'm struggling. I'm literally bleeding out, trying to solve the problem. Now, if I should find out later that you actually did a thing like that, I'd feel furious, because what it means is that you do not care about our problems, and you do not care about my mental health. You do not care about me suffering, and you are not a supporter of the team.
Yeah, okay.
Now, it could be that the money you spent was actually well spent.
Okay.
It could be that it was spent on a great cause. Maybe somebody needed the help.
Okay.
Right?
Or I had to lend it to someone.
And you had to give it to that person. Help save them or help solve the situation. But the fact is that there has been a dishonesty. You didn't let me know.
I wasn't open with...
You were not open with it. So it's a secret for you. Now, if you had approached me and you said, look, actually gave somebody some money, right? And I think they need it more than we do right now. I know it's going to be tough, us having to scrunch around trying to make up the balance for this stuff. Now, I'll probably be very furious.
Okay.
But you have satisfied the requirement for honesty in the relationship.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS. And that's financial infidelity.
Now, why do people do that? Why do people cheat financially? Because we are selfish people, right? And sometimes because you want to save, you want to avoid conflict. Like in the illustration I gave you, 700,000, 400,000, and somebody really needs it. And you can't come to me and tell me that somebody else needs that money more than we do.
More than
I'm
we
not
do.
going to understand it.
I mean, your loyalty should be to, my loyalty should be to
the
you.
team.
Yeah, to the team we have.
So I'm not going to understand you telling me that somebody else needs it more than we do. So in order to avoid the conflict happening, you're going
I'd
to
rather keep it a secret.
Keep it a secret and not let me know.
And there you have it, financial infidelity.
So keeping secret. So moving on to the next one, right?
Okay, yes, the next one is the one that's like, I don't know if it's unavoidable or if it's because we are in the age of social media and the internet and all that. It's so easy and it's not really rated, but it's dangerous. That's digital infidelity.
Yeah, the texting.
The sexting. You're looking so beautiful. I saw your picture. Wow.
I think flirting.
Yeah.
When you said you're looking so sexy, and people flirt even in the real world. What kind of infidelity is that?
Wow.
You know, I do recall when you said that I was a flirt.
Yes.
Oh God.
You know, let's.
Oh God.
Give me a moment.
We're talking about digital infidelity, right?
This one is not digital infidelity. This is when you know that this man is a sweet talker. And not like he's a sweet talker, like he talks a lot. I don't know, like he has this stuff about him, like I don't care, and I don't care, like, you know, seems to be what them ladies like, not me. I don't like it, you know.
Oh my.
That was so cheap. That was so like cheap. I mean, literally like shot myself in the foot.
You know, the ladies always love. The ladies always.
Don't get into this. Don't even get into this. You want to remind me of what I want to forget.
The strong silent type.
Yeah, this is a strong side. If they know you as I know you.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
Digital infidelity is about when you text, you and someone, you guys are texting, whether it's on WhatsApp, whether it's on any of these social media platforms, and you create a bond, and you probably share intimate pictures, what they call nudes, and your spouse is none the wiser about it, and it creates that need, sometimes hunger, for you to actually see the other person and probably have fantasies that you want to actually fulfill.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And that sums up the types and causes of infidelity. Now, let's get into the second part of it, which is immediating part of infidelity.
Immediating part is that you splinter the relationship, and sometimes you feel betrayed, if not all the time. And it could lead to, if you have children, they're going to suffer as well. They're going to be unintended victims of the wrong choices or the bad choices that adults have made.
Yeah, I mean, the betrayed partner faces anger, and you have, grief, and you have depression, because once this happens, you feel cheated, which that's what happened. And sometimes it comes with you feeling like, what did you do wrong? Because the person who was cheated on will feel like sometimes it was their fault. They were not doing their part. They were not playing their role well. So that could also, cause depression for the person who was cheated on. Sometimes people don't get back to where they were before the infidelity or the cheating happened.
And so that brings the question, stay or leave. What do you do? Do you stay in that marriage or do you leave? Which at the end of the day, ultimately lies with you. Making that decision lies with you. And if you choose to stay, then you have to find solutions to the situation. What do you do to ameliorate what has happened? You might seek counseling. You might seek a promise to never be hurt like that again from your spouse. Or you could look into finding peace within yourself. Or if that's the route you want to take, you could make peace with the possibility that this is going to keep happening. But it's a toxic way to live. If you're someone who doesn't really like sharing, I don't think there's anyone who actually does, but ultimately the decision is yours. There are solutions out there, some find fixes in their faith, but any fix that doesn't give you peace of mind, it's no fix at all.
Yes, you have to know if it's something, because I think facing it head on should be the best approach, because you shouldn't deny that it happened. So you have to, there has to be accountability. The person who, committed, or the person who cheated, needs to be accountable for what they did, and also remorseful about it, because they have to be willing to, to communicate openly with you, and also for you guys to go through that process of healing. And after that, you guys can now build back the trust. Will it be the same as before? No. Will it make you guys stronger? Maybe. I don't know. But the thing that is, some people have recovered, some people haven't, and they separated, but it still lies with both of you, deciding on the step, forward, or what to do moving forward.
And ultimately, stay or leave, it's up to you. And something you have to look at is whether it's a one-time thing. Is it a mistake, or is it a serial occurrence, something that goes on and on? I think this will help you make the ultimate decision, the final decision as to what to do. If it's a mistake, a one-off thing, then you could consider reconciliation and talking it out and all of that. But if it's something that's continuous, then it creates a toxic environment, and you're not going to, once someone is a serial cheater, they're going to always be like that, and it's going to be difficult to change them. They might do it on the down low and promise that they won't, or they aren't doing it, but you can't really trust them anymore. But like I said, leave or stay, it's up to you. I'm not going to push you in any direction. You do what's right for you. But ultimately, your peace of mind and your mental health should be the priority.
Absolutely. It's all about what you can tolerate, accommodate, or deal with, what you can live with. So with that, you get to make the decision. Should you stay or should you leave?
And on that note, we thank you for being with us. Till the next time we're here.
Ciao.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.